the first requisite of lasting change is to focus on what you want. And so one of the things that I often talk about when we talk about focusing on what you want is to actually say that all evaluations that we have becoming suggestions to your unconscious mind. If I have some internal dialogue that's negative and I say, oh, don't trip over, don't trip over, don't trip over, then I'm making the suggestion to my unconscious mind to trip over. And then when I trip, I basically say, see, I knew I was going to trip over, and it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. When we talk about focusing on what you want, you always want to be saying things the way that you want them. You want to be thinking about your evaluations based on the goals and the outcomes that you want to produce. And this is really important because a lot of people, when I ask them what it is that they want, they'll tell me everything that they don't want and nothing of what they do want. So it's really important that we start to learn how to focus our attention on our outcomes, what we wanted, to use that language with ourselves that's positive and toward what we want. The second thing is to be at cause. And so we often say that the cause is greater than the effect. And some people know it as above and below the line behavior, as we talked about. And so when we talk about the cause is greater than the effect, we want to make sure that we are not a victim to our circumstance, a victim to our negative emotions, that we have goals in place, that we are taking ownership for what it is that we're learning and what it is that we're doing. And so it's having that ownership mindset, that responsibility, that accountability. And then the third requisite for change is a really important one, because for a lot of people, they'll learn what they need to know. Often I'll meet people and they'll say, oh, tell me why I do this, or tell me what I can do to make that better. And so they listen to all the theory and I give them a strategy, and then they go and they do nothing with it. For example, let's say I wanted to improve my sales process and I wanted to feel more confident. I could read all the books that I wanted, but until I pick up the phone and make a cold call, or before I do a meeting and actually test out my theory of what I've learned, i.e. taking action, I may not actually learn the lesson. I won't see and experience the confidence that I'm looking for because I've just learned about how do I do it as opposed to actually doing it.